What are you up to?
Oh, just running around Dallas with a baby and a dog.
Blake Coleman, I feel like are you about to run some errands or something?
Yeah, well, she's going into the grocery store, but just wrangling this one mostly. She's been a handful. She just learned how to flip over last night. So she's like, I don't know. It's been a heck of a day. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. This is a very unique interview. Are you sure you're up for this right now?
Yeah, let me just get this in her mouth, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna try to find a spot to just set my phone here so it's not all over the place.
Just so you know, if today is not good or whatever, I totally get it. So I get being the new dad thing. I don't get it during a pandemic. Oh, that's a good view.
There we go. Is that all right?
Yeah. What do you got? A minivan there?
Truck, but I'm on a little hand sanitizer. Go figure.
Oh yeah, there you go. So Blake Coleman, listen, man. Welcome to the block party. I'm glad to have you on. Zero issue with you having to push it back. Like I said, I'm a girl dad too, so I totally get it. Tell me, what's been the scariest thing about being a new dad so far?
Gosh, everything really. I guess just I'm thankful that Google is around now. I've been frequenting that a lot, but it's exciting more than anything. It's scary, but it's fun. And she just started rolling over, like I was just saying, and just seems like something new like that happens every day. So it's pretty fun.
Are you checking on her a million times during the night?
She lets us know she's there usually, but we got lucky. She started sleeping through the night at like 2 months. And then last night she started rolling over, so we had to switch up her sleep swaddle or whatever it's called. But so I think we're gonna have some growing pains here, but we had it good for about a month. We had it pretty good.
Well, listen, I know that normally when people talk to you, they're talking about the trade and being the new dad, and we'll get to all that stuff. But I was scrolling through your Instagram, new follower, Seth Hates You, and I saw that like last year you went to your first Jewish wedding. Your friend, Jordan Greenberg?
Yeah.
And I could tell from the caption that you were stoked. Okay, I'm Jewish, so please tell me about your Jewish wedding experience. Did you have to wear a yarmulke? Did you do the horror where you held him up in the chair? Give me everything.
We did the works, man. He was best man at my wedding, and we've been childhood friends we've been friends for a long time. So excited to be part of it. He did the whole deal. We had the hats, the yarmulkes, the glass breaking, the hora, gosh, I don't even know it, but they went all in, and a lot of my buddies had never been to one either, so we fully embraced it, and we dove in head first. But it's definitely one of the best parties I've ever been to.
It's not that different from a regular wedding, right? I think a lot of people think it's going to be this wild and crazy thing, but it's your pretty standard wedding from start to finish.
Yeah, pretty standard. The chair thing was definitely a new twist, which we loved. We think we had him up there for like 8 minutes straight or something.
Oh, geez.
We were trading off.
Did you do other members of his family, or you just did him for 8 minutes?
We did other members too, but we had him up there the longest. He was actually he was hurting a little bit from celebrating too much the night before, so we made sure we kept him up there for a while.
It's good that they had a strong guy like you there to hoist him up, because when I had my bar mitzvah, we had just a bunch, like my uncles are all weak and stuff, and they hoisted up my Aunt Joni, and she took a tumble. So, like, I'll never forget that. So I know it was good that they probably, had a bunch of strong dudes there that could hoist people up. That's key at a Jewish wedding. I was lacking that.
Yeah, no, we had mostly all of our old hockey teammates and buddies, so thankfully we had some strength. Although some guys, maybe hadn't seen the gym in a while, they held their own.
What do you think about the glass breaking situation? Like right when you say I do or whatever, you break a glass, and during my ceremony, I'm not even joking, you can probably tell just from looking at me, I'm a weakling, but it took me 3 tries to break the glass. I thought that it was like those fake candles on a birthday cake where everybody's playing a prank on me. Everybody started laughing. I started sweating. I didn't think it was funny at the time, but I had trouble breaking it. How did your ceremony go with your friend?
Oh, that's hilarious. I think they got it done in one try. Just the only time I'd ever seen it was in that Wedding Crashers movie, right? Like everybody pictures Jewish weddings to go down like that, and that's pretty much how it went down. They broke it right away, and trying to remember. We were in a hotel. It was awesome. It was a beautiful wedding, and yeah, it's still to the day the only Jewish wedding I've been to, but it's definitely up there in my best experiences.
And you don't get asked a lot about that during interviews, right?
I think this might be the first.
Yeah,
I think you did some good research.
That's how we like to do it. All right, I want to know, do you know exactly how many games you've played with the Lightning so far?
Only because somebody mentioned to me the other day, and I thought I actually lost an argument saying that I played less than I have. So it is 9. I think I said it was like 6. And
I thought 5.
No, I was shocked that I couldn't believe it was 9. But you know, the website doesn't lie, I guess. So they won that battle.
So just tell me, I mean, did you sense, at the deadline that you were going to get traded, or was it kind of a shock to you?
It was a big shock. I mean, big, obviously being in Jersey, we weren't like in the playoff picture at all. And, there was a lot of rumors that guys were going to be on the move, but I never really had my name thrown out there that much. I just kind of figured that I'd be there for a while. I had, another year on my deal. I was very, affordable as far as my contract goes. And, I knew that maybe if a really good deal came along, they would look to pursue it, but I just wasn't sure what the market looked like. And, we had a lot of guys that could have potentially been moved with expiring contracts and that. So all my talks, weeks before the deadline were, it could happen, but probably not. We'd love to have you here in Jersey. And then sure enough, I walk into the rink on Father's Trip, and Tom Fitzgerald's there waiting for me, gives me the finger wag to come over, and it's never a good thing when they're waiting on you. But he told me I was on the move, and I think it was about 7 hours before we actually knew where we were going, because it hadn't been finalized, and there was a ton of rumors going around of where it was going. But
right, like I think people had you in Colorado or something.
Yeah, originally Boston. Teammates were reaching out saying congrats, in Boston, and then a report, or I guess a tweet came out from an official source or something saying Colorado, which was not what he had told me that I was going to a contender in the East, so it didn't quite line up with what I'd heard, but I thought maybe they just came in. And so, my wife's preparing to go to Colorado, and then I heard Edmonton, and she's, just her mindset, she doesn't deal with change very well, so we were all over the map. But
I was going to say, is she mad at you? Like when you came home and said you got traded, was she upset?
She was more upset that I called her and told her from the rink and didn't wait till I got home. So she had to sit there and deal with it for 30 minutes before I got there. But her mom was in town. It actually worked out great. We were, as most people know by now, we were 2 weeks out from having this little girl. So I think that's more where her mind went, what was going to happen with the baby and that. But I got very lucky, and I'm still married probably because we landed in Florida. It's not a hard bargain to get her down to Florida.
No, not at all. So let me ask you a question. Now, since there's been this hiatus, are there ever moments or days where you wake up and you think that you still play for the Devils?
We've joked about it. Like, obviously, but I've been in Dallas, with our parents. We brought the baby back here just to be around them for a little bit. They still have their Devils stuff around, and I'm like, man, we got to change it out. But it's amazing how you just kind of forget because it was such a short period of time. But I don't know. I think I've already shifted my gears. I'm all in with the Lightning now. But I think it's more the people around me that forget that we were traded. But it's hard to forget that you move your life and ship across the country in a 1 week period.
So now that you're 9 games in and obviously very familiar with all your teammates and you're best friends with all of them, if something happened and you went to jail and you had to call one of your new teammates to bail you out, who would that teammate be? Who are you closest with so far?
Oh man, went to jail. It's a great group, easy locker room. Really like every guy. Yeah, I'd say, I sit next to Tony Cirelli. he's an awesome guy. Shaddy, I love. Deuces. Gosh, that list goes on. Kobe, they're all good guys. So I guess I just probably throw it in the group chat and tell somebody to come bail me out.
Who reached out to you right away after the trade, when it was official with the Lightning? Who were some of the guys that reached out? Because what I've heard from guys that have been here before, it's Stamkos, it's Hedman, it's a lot of the bigger names that'll reach out to a new player.
Yeah, it was pretty immediate. Obviously Coop called, so I talked to him right away, Julian, and then on the player side, it was Stammer, Hetty, McDonough, Johnny, Tyler Johnson. It's really pretty much everybody that had been in that core for a long time, and obviously they were real excited to be making an aggressive push at the deadline and go after the cup. After obviously what happened last year, it seemed like they were excited that we were being aggressive, and obviously I was thrilled to be back in the relevant picture of things and competing for meaningful games.
Now, obviously, the Bolts gave up, a lot for you, and does it surprise, when the Lightning fans, everybody starts talking about the deal and what was given up, a lot of the Bolts fans were saying, hey, listen, this guy, we've got him for another year, and we know that obviously pieces are going to have to change out here with the salary cap and everything. Are you surprised that fans have such a deep knowledge of the game that they understand that when a trade's made, it's not necessarily just for this playoff run, but it's also for next year too?
Yeah, I was. There's going to be people here and there that are upset about, what you give up. And there's going to be people on, on Jersey side that are upset that I'm gone. And, they're familiar pieces. Obviously, they understood that they had a good prospect coming up. And, and to be fair, they probably aren't very familiar with my game, aside from maybe the playoff series a couple years ago. But, that's one of those things where it's exciting to me to come in and show that, I'm worth the value that they gave up, and it's motivation for me to perform. And, I think I got a lot more to offer than I did in that short time, but obviously it was a chaotic period for us, and I was just trying to do what I could. But, I grew up in Texas, so I understand that the South has grown a lot in terms of just the hockey knowledge. When I was a kid, it was just you go to the game to have a beer and bring your new hot girlfriend out in public, and now it's diehard hockey, and they get it, and they're all in on the details like that. So it doesn't surprise me too much. Tampa's got such a good fan base, and every time I've been in that building, it's been a great atmosphere, and so I'm just happy to be on this side of it.
Are you ready to play right now, or how much time do you need to get back ready into game shape?
I wouldn't say ready to play right now. I'd say I could probably go on a Tour de France right now. The amount I've been riding the bike.
Well, you got the Peloton?
I got the Peloton. I bit that bullet. I'm glad I did. I love it, but I needed something, and anything that can keep me competing. I love to compete, and obviously they got the scoreboard there, and so I've been all over that, just competing with myself and my buddies around here. And so I've been doing that. I haven't skated in 2 months, which might be the longest I've gone, and that I can remember. But I'd like to get on the ice here soon and just, if nothing else, just feel the puck again and feel the ice. But I would say, in my experience with summer skates and that, it takes 2 to 3 weeks at minimum to get into just the rhythm of things. Whether you're going to be in great skating shape or not by the time playoffs go, if these formats are thrown out, come to fruition, then that's another thing. But that's another thing you'll kind of pick up as you go. I think guys are probably more worried about health than being in shape at this point.
And what are you if they decide to roll with this 24 team format, are you ready to go, or do you have a bunch of questions about health and safety, or do you trust that if it's set up that they're doing everything they can to protect you guys?
Yeah, it sounds like they're doing their research, doing the work on their end. I'm so far into this, or we're so far into this now. At this point, it's just you want life to return to somewhat normalcy, and I think playing hockey will make you feel that way. And I've done my part as far as, like we talked about, staying in shape and being ready to go in case it happens. So I'd like to be rewarded for the work, but at the same time, I get both sides of it. I know that there's going to be players that have their concerns and their fears about playing. And I guess it's just hard depending on what market you're in. You know, if you're in New York and New Jersey and you're seeing it happen and it's all around you, you probably have a different mindset than a guy like me who's been around the lake and in Texas where, you know, it really hasn't been hit very hard and people are, you know, almost treating life as normal. It's a little, you know, different, but people are going back out and working again. And so I'm ready to be in that boat, but I certainly get both sides.
Who was the best goalie that you faced this season?
Best goalie I faced this season. I've always had a hard time with Bobrovsky, but I don't know if I played him yet this year. So I can't go with that answer, I guess.
Do you remember who you've played against? I know it seems like it was like 4 years ago. Yeah, just give me your toughest. Just give me your toughest goalie then.
I mean, obviously, easy answer is Bassy. You know, I've always hated playing against him. Although we typically would get the backup, I guess, when we were playing with Jersey. But I would say, I don't know. Bobrovsky's my answer for my time in the league. I would say that I've had you know who actually played really well against us was that Elvis, that rookie in Columbus, Elvis Merzlikis, or
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I don't want to butcher that, but he played out of his mind against us. I guess he stands out as far as this year.
So I got a couple questions. I love the gender reveal that you did. That couldn't have been your idea. Did your wife have to sell you on it? And I mean, were there any other ideas, or you decided it was going to be, you know, hitting the puck and boom, explosion of pink?
Well, at first I thought it was going to be an explosion of blue, but no, I was all about finding out the gender early. I have no patience, and I wanted to know what we were having. I know some people, you know, are able to wait, but it's not in my DNA. So I did want to do something, and basically I would probably miss and be that guy on Barstool, missing the baseball or missing the golf ball or just a tragic accident.
No way! You crushed that thing. You crushed that thing in your sandals. I think I saw.
I did, yeah. I mean, hockey, I can hit the ball. You know, I mean the puck. See, I'm already messing it up. But I wanted to stick to something I knew and wouldn't mess up. And she found it online, and she was like, "Hey, look at the little hockey puck." And, it actually kind of came out almost purple, so I thought we were having one of each. I wasn't sure what was going on. But
and what? There's no, like, when you get, because I didn't have we didn't do a gender reveal or anything. When you get the ball or the puck or whatever back, like, there's not a trace of pink. Like, nobody lets it slip out at all. It's a total surprise. Nobody knows until it opens up.
Yeah, so we were waiting on we did the blood test to see what we were having, but so basically we had one of each. We had a blue and a pink, and then the results, we gave it to my younger sister. So she was the only one that knew.
Okay.
And I wasn't sure if she could keep it. She just came out laughing when she saw what it was. And I was like, all right, maybe it's not a boy, but,
Dude, girls are awesome. Girls are awesome.
I mean, I don't even know. Yeah, I can't even imagine having a boy. I'm so in love with this girl right now. But it's just, you know, we had her all the wives' tales and just all these goofy things, like where she was holding the baby and stuff like that. Like, oh, you're definitely having a boy. You're having a boy. And then, you know, life changed, and we got a beautiful baby girl.
Dude, congratulations on that. Now, let me ask you, how did you find out that you were going to become a father? Because your GM's not telling you that news.
No. We were in Santorini towards the end of the honeymoon, actually, and we did a long honeymoon in Europe. And we were in Santorini, and we thought there was a chance, and there was a little convenience store that closed in like 5 minutes. That was probably a 10-minute walk away. So we're jogging through the streets of Santorini to get into this place because we were gonna, maybe tie one off that night. We were celebrating, right? So it's like, well, let's make sure, we're not carrying a baby before we go get a glass of wine or whatever. And so we run in there and we take the test, and my wife comes out and she's like, I guess I can have a drink with you. And I was like, oh, cool. And she's like, in 9 months. And I was like, so she had a little fun with it. And the test was all in, I guess it's Greek. And so I couldn't read a single word on the box. I didn't know what the lines meant. So I had to Google like what this means and,
Wow.
make sure. But
did you save it? A Greek pregnancy test. That seems like a little trinket you'd want to hold on to forever.
Yeah, we still got it. Nothing like holding on to a stick that's been peed on for 50 years. But I'm sure we'll do that.
Hey, listen, man, my little girl's almost 3, and, we cut a little curl off of her the other day, and I got it in a bag. So, it's just like, it's like the things that we do. I don't know why it's on my desk. Like, we're going to put it somewhere official, it's for safekeeping, but like, those are just the things that you do, when you become a parent.
Yeah. I mean, why not? Right.
Let's see. I don't want to take up too much more of your time because you've already given me enough. I think that's it, dude. I think that's it. I really appreciate you being on. Like, I appreciate you taking time. I hope that hockey gets rolling again as we sit here on Friday afternoon. There's proposals, 2014 playoffs, all this. It looks like things are going to get up and running again, and hopefully everything will be safe. Would love to see you back on the ice. I know you're going to make a big difference. We've been waiting for a cup for a while, these last few years, and had those opportunities. And I was happy the Bolts made move at the deadline and brought you in, and happy that you'll be part of the team next year. And congratulations on being a new father. You have a gorgeous baby, and thanks for joining me today, man.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thanks for being patient. I know it was tough to get a hold of here with this one, but you've been awesome. Thanks.
Are people D-bags to you? Do you try? I know you've done a ton of interviews right now because what else is there to do besides Zoom stuff? I mean, are people like, no, you can't change it to 30 minutes from now?
Just depending, I guess, if it's live or whatever. But obviously you can't mess too much with it. But be surprised. People just want the interview.
Oh, you know what? There was one thing. Okay, so just so you know, I don't know if you saw, I took a swig during this, like of the pickles, like during the interview. I just want to know a little bit about it because I know you get asked all the time. I love pickles. I've been drinking pickle juice my whole life, not for any athletic reasons, but just because I love pickles. And I know people are like, oh, it's so shocking. A guy likes pickles. He drinks pickle juice. How did it all get started? And are you still making merchandise, or is that on hiatus right now?
Started in college. I've just had terrible cramping my whole career. And it got worse and worse as I got older. To the point where I couldn't even finish games in college, and I tried everything, Gatorlights and salts and everything really. But somebody turned me on to. Oh, okay, all right. Somebody turned me on to pickle juice. We were in Colorado, and I tried it out, and I had my first successful weekend of not cramping. So I tried it a few more times, and it worked really well for me. And I've just done it ever since, and I kept it behind closed doors, I guess, as long as I could. And then once it, obviously went viral, that was the end of it. People were bringing me half-eaten pickle jars to sign and showing me their homemade pickles that they grew and all that stuff. But
I told my daughter right before the interview, because my wife had to take her out of the house because she would have been in here going crazy. But I said, I'm interviewing Pickles, and she goes, is Pickles a boy or a girl? And I said, Pickles is a boy.
Pickles is a boy. We got a baby Pickles that's a girl, but
you love pickles, or you just drink the juice just to help you out?
I started as drinking the juice. Now I love dill pickles just because I've had it so much. But started as just the juice, and now I just eat them as we go. But
bread and butter, really bread and butter garbage.
Bread and butter's all right. It's all right. I'm more of a dill guy.
Okay. All right.
I like a little bite.
Okay. Yeah. Bread and butter is just, I'm a pickle guy till the end of time. And bread and butter is just, when you accidentally get a bread and butter and you're expecting a dill, it ruins your whole day. So,
I agree.
Well, listen, make sure you follow Blake Coleman, bcoles25 on Twitter, on Instagram. He's very active. Thanks a lot, dude. This podcast will be out on Wednesday. And thanks for joining me. And hopefully we get to see you play again this season.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Blake. See you, man.
Appreciate it.